there, welcome. So here I am, Octavia, the Octavia Blast. Well, Tuesday, May 21st, right here before the end of May. We've got Memorial Day coming up, and I've been told I have one fan out there likes my blabber. So here I am to blabber or yap. I don't know what I do. Mostly I just say what's on my mind with a little bit of background music just to see how long I can go before they tell me that I've exceeded my limitations and I am now crossing the line using the wrong music, in which I will get tagged for copyright. But this is all for public use. I make no money on this, so I don't know how they can even try and do anything, because, you know, they can't demonetize me because I'm not making anything on these things. So anyway, Yamaha, thank you Yamaha. My, what do you say, my demo songs are playing in the background. And welcome to my world. My world's been pretty hectic, I have to say. I am, let's see, running around with my head, like a chicken with my head cut off. I went to North Carolina, saw my grandson graduate from the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. Whoo, 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 shout out to Dylan and all his classmates who made it through the quagmire, the muckety-muck, the menu-driven application process. Trash talk therapy. What is trash talk therapy? Well, first of all, I wanted to have panda life therapy. As you can see, I have pandas in my theme here in the background. Love pandas. And they came to Los Angeles in 1984, and I got to see the babies. That was way before they even had them at the zoo. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then I fell in love with them. Two baby pandas. There's nothing cuter than watching two baby pandas swinging and playing with each other and rolling around, frolicking, with no agenda in sight. Me, there's always an agenda. Working hard, trying to get the last minute out of the daylight. There's just so much sadness and pain in the world that I want to try to make the most of all my life and stay out of that quagmire of sadness, depression. Yeah, a lot's gone on while I was gone. So after that, I took the flight from North Carolina to Chicago, changed planes, and then went into Northwest Arkansas, Bentonville. And I missed all the tornadoes. We were gone before they all hit the, well, I mean, there were still tornadoes going on, but when I left, no tornadoes had gone through Fayetteville. So we went and traveled around Fayetteville and went to Siloam Springs and all the little local places that my family have holdings in. I have many cousins who live there, so be careful what you say. You might be a cousin of mine. Yeah. Panda, so then we got back on Saturday. It was a good flight. We didn't miss any connections and it all went well, so we got in. Well, we were like 20 minutes late, but you know, you can't beat that. And so after the 20 minutes, we went home. I was pretty tired, jet lag and all. I still have some jet lag. Seems like my whole life is jet lag anymore, so that's not a big deal. And I came up here to my studio because I'm looking for some earbuds. Well, I found my earbuds because I left without my earbuds. Duh. I don't know. I didn't have any earphones with me at all. I don't know what I was thinking. So then I had to buy some earphones at the airport there in Denver as we were like rushing through. And then of course the next flight I got on, they had the little monitors on the back of the seats, so then they passed out headphones. So it really ended up I could have just waited and used their crappy headphones. But I have to say they're pretty crappy. So I'm glad I got the ones I got. And I got the newer ones that have the little USB plug-in to your phone instead of the little jack, because of course the new media iPads and such as that don't have a jack because they want you to use the Bluetooth, which I do have Bluetooth. I do have it, but like I said, I went off and forgot my both my Bluetooths. I had been somewhere. Oh, we were in Hollywood. So then when I was in Hollywood, I didn't have a I mean, I had everything. And then when I got home, I unpacked it and I said, okay, I need to do something. And I put it somewhere else. And I said, well, I should put it back in the suitcase because I'm going to be packing again. But of course, I didn't. As I said, I'm kind of in the draws of trying to reorganize my home and all my belongings. But I still have them, so that is a plus plus. Excuse me a minute, I want to get this out of the way. I don't want my tripod here. I don't need it. Okay, so then got home, had to work on my jet lag and laundry. Always laundry to do. So then once I got home, got caught up on the laundry, my little dog, the little Maltese, had to be, I don't know, he has a lot of masses all over him, you know, tumors. And most of them are like wart-like looking things and not anything I wanted to be concerned about. And hubby doesn't want me to do any surgery on my dogs. He's a surgeon, so he knows all the things that can go wrong. So he just didn't see the point. But the little dog got a kind of a large grape, if you can imagine, size tumor that came up on his back leg. He's back there sleeping. So that tumor kind of came up sudden. I hadn't seen it, and it was a little different than the other. It almost looked like a balloon, you know, like a little one of those water balloons. So it could just be fatty tumors, which most of them probably are. And he's got a big bump on the back of his tail, which I didn't have taken out with the, you know, guidance of my my other doctor, and I'd hoped that it wasn't going to grow. Well, it keeps growing. And now it's a pretty big knot. It's about the size of a small orange. and it's right on his tail, and I don't think it's worth taking off. So we didn't take it off. But they must have taken like a dozen spots off his little body, shaved him. Breaks my heart. I hate having any kind of procedures done to me or my animals. I'm not someone that wants to lay down and have somebody take a knife at me and start cutting away. What do you think? Anyway, that's all part of my trash talk. Trash talk therapy with my Commando Panda. But Commando Panda is a little bit out of commission right now, so he's resting. I got one of those cones of you've seen these, right? What do? You have to put it over the animal's head, right? And then they have to drag it around and try to eat. I think I might want to make it go a little bit bigger for him. Seems kind of small. I'll try one. I'll try to take out one more notch, okay? So I got to put a sweater on him, and I got medicine to give him, and he's got some pain and some antibiotics. Well, you know, he's 12 years old, so my other Malteses I've had in the past, which I've had 2 other Malteses, and those didn't last more than 10 years. So I was a little concerned when he turned 10 years old that I was going to lose him, just because it's habit. Anyway, I didn't lose him. He's still alive, but doing this procedure was kind of scary because I don't know if he's going to live through it, you know. He did. Now he's sleeping. I think he's sleeping rather comfortably. I think he's over there. He's kind of camera shy. Have you ever had an animal that's camera shy? Why would the dog be camera shy? There's like an instinct. Like some people like cameras and some people don't. And I don't know why. I don't know why that is. Anybody know why? I'm waiting. Oh yeah, I'm not getting any texts or chats because of the fact that DLive doesn't chat. I mean, it doesn't show on. So if I go to DLive on my phone, okay, excuse me a minute. Where'd it go? Kind of sucks. What do you think, they're prejudiced against DLive? Should I record on DLive even? I don't know. So here we go. I'm on there, but nobody's coming on. I mean, they might have said, hi, I got a few more followers. I'm trying to get like 50 followers. I don't know, you have to have a certain amount of followers to become a associate or something like that. But I am 100% totally myself, no sponsorship, and nobody's going to try to make me change my mind. I'm a staunch conservative in 2025, which I evolved from being a idiot college liberal, I guess you could say, in 1975. Big stretch of time there. I've learned a lot. I've experienced a lot. So, if you don't grow in your experience, then what are we here for, you know? Why would we be here? So my background here, as you can see, I have my social quadverum profile. And there I am. And there's my accounts. So if you want to follow me, or you want to contact me, or you want to say anything to me, I welcome it. And if you say something I don't like, then I'll probably block you or delete it. You know, why not? So anyway, there we go. I have 7.4 lemons in my chest. My treasure chest, that is. Okay, so that's that. So now let me go to the other guys. 2 channels, YouTube and DLive. That's enough. I mean, there's no sense going on the other ones because who cares? So who does care? Everybody on the TV shows, they all seem to think they act like they care. But they don't care. Okay, so it says I'm live. And tells me to have some moderation. Hell, I don't even get anybody on here to say anything to me, so what do I need to moderate? Why do I need a moderator? And plus I get shadow banned anyway, because I may say something they don't like. See if it's going to show up here. There it is. And it's a good day. It's Wednesday, and I have to be somewhere at 2 o'clock. So I'll probably only be here for an hour show. I think an hour is enough for most people to get the gist of what I'm saying. Okay, so now, since I know that the thing works, I get double stuff, you know. Why do I need a moderator? Oh, okay, I think that's got it. And the other thing is, hi y'all, good day. Good day, good day, good day. Okay, so these are the things that have caught my attention over the last 2 weeks that I haven't been able to do any broadcasting. Number 1, Trump went to Saudi Arabia and had a great time. Boy, they really rolled out the purple carpet for him, didn't they? And the camels. And what was the thing about the hair? You know, when the women were welcoming him and they all had their hair and they were like moving their, it gave me a neck ache just thinking about that. Now this is what I think. I think that the reason why they do that is because by most Middle Eastern standards, you're supposed to cover your hair. Women cover their hair in most, well, I can't say, whatever, in certain traditions. And that's showing that the women don't have to cover their hair at the palace in front of Donald Trump. If anybody has any ideas, send me a message or, you know, tell me what's going on. I don't get it. And then dealing and dealing and more dealing, and I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about his dealing? I don't know, personally. He's got a lot to do, and he's trying to save the world. So it's pretty hard to save the world and get everybody to like you. So, and he's already started off with half the people in the United States don't like him. And there isn't anything he could do that makes them change their mind, because they just follow the herd, and the herd says he's a bad man. They don't know why, but that's what they say. Excuse me, I'm still looking for my ear pod things. You know how the ear pods have those little plastic things on them that you stick in your ear? Well, I'm not really good to my stuff, and they always end up falling off. So I lost one of the new ear things that I bought at Denver Airport. Okay, so I lost it. It kind of fell out of my suitcase, and it was probably dragging, and I don't know. I'm not very good to earphones. That's why I need a lot of them. So then I didn't find them, so I had to I found the pack. They gave you a pack that had a few in there, which is cool. But I have I have a box of them somewhere, and now I can't find it. I spend my whole life looking for stuff I can't find. You know, when I worked every day, 5 days a week, 8 hours plus a day, I never had that problem before. I don't know why. Well, I know why. Speaking of why, I'm having another birthday coming up. Woohoo! So my birthdays fall right after Memorial Day. I don't know that, I can't remember if it's ever fallen on Memorial Day. But I'm not used to Memorial Day weekend being so far ahead of everything. And it is. So, okay, so now back to the news and back to my therapy. Anyway, so I guess Judge Janine Perro, she got offered a job with the administration. So she left the 5 and she left Fox so that she could take this job. So of course that left an opening, and it looks like we have, is it Marianne? Oh, no. Conway. Now I can't think of her name. I might have said it wrong. Carrie Ann? I'm about to look it up. All right, let me look it up. Excuse me a minute while I look up this person's name. So I got to get it right. And I don't even know if Fox, the 5, if they signed her on, or she's just a host. But I thought she did pretty good. And her name is, I don't know. Carrie Ann? Oh man, that makes me mad. I know it's Carrie Ann. Maybe I could get it on. Kellyanne. God, I wonder if I said that right. Well, anyway, is Kellyanne going to be on the 5, or she's just a guest host? Anybody know out there? Okay, so I tell you what I can do. Go to my... I said Kathy Ann. Uh-oh, I forgot. It's not Kathy Ann, it's Kellyanne. I better fix this. Oops. It's Kellyanne. Where is she? Oh, we're in the baby songs now. Lullabies. Kellyanne. Kellyanne Elizabeth Fitzpatrick was born on January 20th, 1967 in Camden, New Jersey, and grew up near, she grew up, and we all know about Kellyanne. And I didn't really like Kellyanne at first, but I think she may have matured into her role. I'm going to find a picture of her. Give me a minute. I'm going to find a picture of her. Yeah, she helped run campaign for Trump, and she had a lot of problems with her liberal husband, and then she had a daughter who was doing drugs. And it was kind of scandalous, and I don't know, I didn't care for her. But let me fix this. Hold on. Get the right name in, that helps. Uh-oh, we've gone through the whole thing here. That means I know the one song. They didn't even get me for Star Wars. They got me for House of the Rising Sun. I think she belongs on the 5. All right. That's enough of that. No more music. See, if they don't like the music because they say I'm, doing something with the copyrights, then I have to delete the music and fill it in with some other music. It's not a big deal, not a big deal. Well, so she was on the other day, and I guess I'm just going to have to show you the I'm going to have to show it to you because I saw it on. Okay, here we go. First of all, I have to fix it's Kellyanne Conway. I'm such a boob. Such a boob I am. Okay, so it's Kellyanne Conway. Poopsie. Poopsie doopsie post. I don't even know how to spell arrowed. That's my deal here. I have to learn how to spell. I erred. So I'll say correction. I'm gonna put a couple of these in it. I could just delete it, but then they're gonna know I deleted it, and it won't be there. I don't want to delete it, so I make mistakes. Who doesn't make mistakes? Anybody know that? I don't know. All right, let's go back to this. There it is. Now I fixed it, I think. Let's go back here. Yeah, there it is. I fixed it. I said Kathy Ann. All right, I meant Carrie Ann. And I have to go up a little bit more here. Yeah, I talk to myself all the time, so this is a natural for me. I don't need anybody to write my scripts because, as I said, I talk all the time. All right, here. What? I got on YouTube again. There we go. My poopsie doopsie post. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to go to the, excuse me a minute. We're gonna, go to this shot, and then I'm gonna go to the post, and then I'll get Kellyanne. What's Fox? All right, let's see. Here she is. Now, she's, 5 days ago. Oh, no. 3 months ago. Oh. All right, let's see here. Okay, so this is a short thing for her. I think if I go back here, it'll... I don't know if it's playing. Okay, so in that case, somehow I have it muted.
I have to do this. Oh.
Oh no, that's something else. That's from X. Yeah. Well, anyway. She's looking pretty good there, isn't she? And maybe...
If you see the President of the United States is not being able to perform, if you yourself, as his number two, don't have confidence in
I had it muted.
You are duty bound, constitutionally and practically and politically, to step in. And because she didn't work hard, they had no faith in...
Okay, we'll go again.
Cover-up would be one thing, but they failed to cover what we all saw. And but for Fox News, we would never have seen people crossing the border.
Blue looks good on her, don't you think?
We would never have seen Joe and heard Joe Biden. I'm so sick of hearing, had he not run, Kamala would have had more time. She didn't lose folks because of racism and sexism. She lost because of eyesight and hearing. She had a different kind of cognitive challenge where she never stepped up into that role. If you see the President of the United States is not being able to perform, if you yourself, as his number two, don't have confidence in his competence, you are duty bound, constitutionally.
You are duty bound. What happened there? What happened? I don't get it.
They had no faith in...
I do not get it.
Would be one thing, but they...
I don't know what happened there. I have no idea what happened there. Anybody out there know? All right, so we'll never know. Anyway, I'm going to go to another new post from my, it's kind of the professor. I don't know. I mean, I've gone to school and went back and got my degrees. And I definitely had professors who were a lot younger than me. So I can call him my professor. And his, I have to check on it. Let's see what he shows. Shout out to the professor. I have no idea, but it's a YouTube video. Oh, it's Kurdistan 24. This was done 1 day ago. Oh, okay. Well, I think he doesn't mind if I show this. So we're going to listen to it. I hope you don't mind. Right off the press.
Hello, good evening, and thank you for having me. Where can I start? The two agreements that have been signed under the auspices of Mr. Barzani for the exploration of gas in Kurdistan are important, but not only because of their size. They are big. They're not the biggest ones ever, but they are big, over $100 billion worth. And they have the potential of fully developing the Kurdistan region's electrical power generation to the point that it will satisfy its needs, which are not met today, and even have some export capacity. So it's not just the agreements themselves, but what they bring to the picture that will be so important for Kurdistan and perhaps even for Iraq as a whole. Oh, absolutely. You remember in previous
so he's
occasions
taken
here
questions
during the previous
and he's responding to
administration,
the questions. So this is raw
that I
footage.
used to lament
And it's all going to
that
be
we
done
did not
in
have a relationship with
Kurdistan
Kurdistan
or
and that we were not supporting
some other
Kurdistan
language.
as much as needed at the time. And when President Trump was elected, I was elated to know of the people that we're bringing into the administration. And yes, definitely, there will be a much closer relationship between the U.S. and the Kurdistan region, and we're already beginning to see the effects of that. I understand that Prime Minister Barzani was with Congressman Wilson today. He's only one congressman, but I assure
if you want to watch like an unironic comedy,
literally,
tonight, this guy, just assume he did something very horrible and then watch this documentary. It's worth it. I think it's only an hour long. Yeah. He's just smiling here. He's like,
okay, so something is going on here, and I'm getting crosstalk, so I got to fix this. And I apologize, dear Saul. It came off of X. I was trying to listen to Quarterling earlier, and I thought I closed it out, but I'm old. I don't care for that stuff. So let's just back this up a little bit more, and let's go on. Sorry, Mr. Saul. And away we go.
And there are people now in the administration that do so as well. Well, the Kurdistan region can be, other than the fact that it has been one of the most reliable allies of the United States uh, for a good many decades now. It is an anchor upon which we can base our diplomatic efforts uh, to stabilize and develop that region. And we have good news in other fronts as well. The dissolution of the PKK removes a huge obstacle for both the development of Kurdistan and its ability to trade with the world. I don't know if this is the occasion to delve into that, but things are beginning to align in a way
Hello?
where we can have a constructive relationship.
Yes, I'm good. Thank you. So Panda is seemingly to doing just fine. He's a little bit, he was in some pain during the night with kind of moaning a little bit. And the, you know, the gabapentin is helping today. He's sleeping today. So, yeah. So I think he'd be fine. Thank you for calling and checking in on him. I sure will. Thank you. Take you too now. Bye-bye. Whoops. This is what happens when you have a live channel. You get interrupted. The vet calls me to check up on my little doggy. As you heard, my conversation is not private in that regard. He's doing all right. He was a little bit cry. So anyway, let's get back to the rest of the video with Saul Montez Bradley on the international strategy, and he's speaking to Kurdistan 24. They ask him questions in English, and then anyway, they show it later with the I'm not sure what language they're going to be speaking. But it won't be English. That much I know. Okay, here we go.
With Kurdistan at a time when we're trying to resolve some problems, to put it mildly, with Iran and Baghdad. And now we have the possibility of supporting our friends in Kurdistan in a bigger way than ever before. Well, can they create an obstacle? Of course they can. Will it be long lasting? I doubt it very much. They need the income as much as anybody else. And yes, it is true. By the way, these companies have been working in Kurdistan region for a while, and what they're doing is expanding their operations. And there is something that I have to say. Power is not asked for or considered, is exercised. The Kurdistani government has control of the Kurdistan region. And well, by that has, in many ways, failed to live up to their obligations under the Iraqi constitution. The government of Kurdistan has taken action to continue its development. They do have to provide electricity to the Kurdistani people one way or another, and they will, and there is very little Baghdad can do, really. I would say it is his prime job today. Obviously, the Kurdistan region will not improve significantly without investment from abroad and markets abroad. It is not just securing partnerships or investments to develop oil and gas fields, but securing markets so that gas eventually and oil, but also other products have a market abroad for the Iraqi region. And that, I would say, is the most pressing job of the Prime Minister today. other than, of course, defense. But developing foreign markets and developing partnerships for the exploitation of minerals, it's vital, and I doubt that other, like I said, than defense, there is a more important task for Mr. Barzani. I almost started answering that question when I mentioned the dissolution of the PKK. Obviously, peace and security in the neighborhood is vital for most American companies to consider investing there. Uh, the dissolution of the PKK is a first important step in that direction. We still have a problem with Iran, and we're still having difficulties with Baghdad, although negotiations are underway as we speak. Um, we need peace and security in that region. We need to restore peace and security in that region. And it is going to happen in a big time over the next 2 years.
Okay, so that's that.
Here's Antonio Gracias. Bring him up. How bad is it? How messed up is our government?
So if Twitter was like the JV League, this is like the NBA. It's the...
Get rid of that one. Go back to here. So there you go. Hot off the press. It's my man. Mr. Bradley, Montez Bradley. Anyway, we all are entitled to our opinions, and we all like who we like, and we don't like who we want. I don't like fancy, frizzy, frilly bullshit. So I don't think I get that from him. No fancy, frilly bullshit, which I appreciate. But, you know, everybody has their own drathers, and they want to do what they want to do. So back to my chattering, and I say this is my therapy. I don't know if you're going to get any therapy out of it, but this is my therapy. So, hey, as an ex-therapist, I can provide my own therapy. And it's cheap. It doesn't cost much. Can't buy that. How many hundreds and thousands of dollars do people put into therapy lessons anymore? Probably a lot. Probably a lot. Of course, I didn't get rich on it because I couldn't. I have this heart thing where I just felt that I was going to travel. I didn't want to be responsible for people's heads and their crises. People get very dependent on having someone intervene on their crises, and they keep creating more crises, and they never really figure out why they keep creating more crises. A lot of it's because the media wants you to be in crises all the time. I mean, I don't know if it's the media. Well, they think that you're going to pay attention to them more. Maybe that's it. And so if they can keep you in that state of mind, then you'll feel like you're beholden to them. You have to keep checking in with them. So that's another way in which we create our own dependence on crises. Always in a crisis, instead of projecting crises, being in a crisis, creating a crisis, instead of just saying, I'm going to be calm, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to watch, and I'm going to figure out why these crises are going on, and I'm going to try to avoid them or de-escalate them. That's a good word. We all like that. De-escalate. Okay, let's see here. As I said, I have a meeting at 2 o'clock, so I can only probably make this an hour. So I hope that someone feels a little bit better that the world is not one huge dumpster fire. It's not. I mean, you have to take some control over what you want to hear and what you want to do in your life, and understand that there will be times when you can't control it and it will become a big old dumpster fire, and your reaction and your response is critical. Most people have coping mechanisms, and I hope they can. Excuse me a minute. I have another little critter at the door. I'm gonna move over to my saying that I'll be right back. I'll get it here in a minute. Where'd it go? Here it is. You didn't get to go for a walk? Here, we're going to put some music on for a bit. We'll have to go to 8. And that was aloha. I'm gonna give you a little aloha here. There we go. There's the setting sun in the beautiful island of Lanai off of the shore of Maui, which I miss Maui a lot. We're thinking about going in August maybe? I don't know, sometime. Unfortunately, I have to get my dogs take, house sitting and dogs and all that sort of stuff. So when you travel, you have to have responsibility, and you have to make sure that everything's taken care of while you're gone enjoying your life somewhere else. So back to my events that have taken place that I have not been able to watch closely because of my travels. I have a 91-year-old aunt who is, she's sharp-witted. She knows what's going on, but her physical self is not so great. She's falls. I'll fall all my life, but as you get older, every time you fall, everybody freaks about that, which understandably, you have brittle bones and ways in which tear up your skin. Oh, she had a big old nasty thing on her elbow, and it was bleeding all over the place, and we kept trying to put stuff on it. Anyway, so there's only so much news you want to be following while you're there. Then the other thing happened, got some bad news on Scott Adams. And as much as I used to like to listen to Scott Adams, and I certainly loved the Dilbert cartoons that he did, I didn't follow him, you know, regularly. And it doesn't matter because it's still very sad news. I'm sorry to hear he's suffering with metastasis of prostate cancer. And things don't look good. And it's, if you know anybody who's had prostate cancer, you understand that they go through a lot of procedures ahead of time to try to get the cancer and prevent the cancer, which includes chemotherapy and all that sort of stuff, surgeries, and it's very unpleasant. Cinnamon, come here, Cinnamon. Okay, so there's Panda, and here's Cinnamon. What is going on? You want in, now you want out, you want in, you want out. What am I going to do with you? Huh? Well, I'm almost finished here. I've got a few more minutes I'm going to record, and then when I get an hour in, I'm going to go ahead and go to my next meeting. I have a meeting in a little bit, and you can't come with me. It's too hot to have you sit in the car, and you're kind of a nuisance sometimes when I bring you in because you're spoiled and you want all the attention. She wants all the attention. Come here. Sit. Come on. All right, here we go. Cinnamon manages to get skunked all the time. She got a new haircut, so she's got the summer dew. And she loves your mama. You love your mama? You love your mama? You love your brother too? Anyway, so there you have it. My heart goes out to Scott Adams. I tried to say something on X, but hold on. I tried to say something on X, but I didn't have the verification on my particular guy. It's just 1:30 now. So I guess I'm gonna hang up for now. So thank you for joining me and Cinnamon, and you have a good afternoon, and hopefully I'll be able to broadcast again in a couple days. Okay? So thank you. Take care. You guys have a great day.